জাতিসংঘ মহাসচিব অ্যান্টোনিও গুতেরেসের সফর নিয়ে হোটেল ইন্টারকন্টিনেন্টালে চলছে যৌথ সংবাদ সম্মেলন। সরাসরি যাচ্ছে সেখানে।
To keep spotlight on them, the most discriminated people of the world. He also assured to provide his support to the successful holding of the UN conference on Rohingya in September 2025. The Secretary General also learned what legacy the interim government was left with when they took charge. He appreciated the complexities of the reform process for a free and fair election and a real transformation of the country. He promised the UN's total commitment to the reform process under the leadership of Honorable Chief Advisor and said he will do whatever he can to support the endeavors of the interim government and stand by Bangladesh and its people. The SG also expressed concern with the disinformation targeted against Bangladesh. His visit would more than counterweigh the misinformation and disinformation campaign and the attempts to destabilize Bangladesh. His assurance of support would help us in our successful reform process and our transition to democracy in line with the common aspirations of the people of Bangladesh. I thank you all.
Thank you, Excellency. Now, may I have the honor to request His Excellency Mr. Antonio Guterres, Secretary General of the United Nations, to kindly deliver his remarks.
I want to thank Chief Advisor Yunus and Foreign Advisor Hussain, the interim government and the people of Bangladesh for your warm welcome. And I want to send my heartfelt greetings to Muslims across Bangladesh and around the world observing the holy month of Ramadan. Ramadan is a time of reflection, spiritual renewal, and unity. Every year, I undertake a solidarity visit and spend time with Muslim communities living in difficult circumstances to observe the fast with them and to help shine a global spotlight on their plight. This year, I decided to come to Bangladesh to express my solidarity with Rohingya refugees and the Bangladeshi people that host them. Fasting and having an iftar together with the Bangladesh communities and the Rohingya communities are the proof of my deep respect for the religion and the culture they represent. And I had an extremely moving visit to Cox's Bazar yesterday. Ramadan reminds us of the universal values that connect humanity: compassion, empathy, and generosity. And Bangladesh is a living symbol of these values through your commitment to peace, development, and humanitarian relief. Bangladesh is among the largest contributors to United Nations peacekeeping. And I want to pay tribute to the sacrifices and dedication of Bangladeshi peacekeepers who serve in some of the most difficult and dangerous environments in the world. I'm particularly pleased to be in Bangladesh at this important moment in your national journey. As the country undergoes a significant transition under the leadership of Chief Advisor Yunus, I recognize the people's hope for a future of greater democracy, justice, and prosperity. This is a pivotal moment for Bangladesh, and the international community must play its part in supporting your efforts towards a just, inclusive, and prosperous future. As the country undergoes important reforms and transitions, I want to assure you that the UN stands ready to assist in fostering peace, national dialogue, trust, and healing. You can count on the UN to be your steadfast partner, working alongside the government and the people of Bangladesh to help build a sustainable, equitable future for all. Ladies and gentlemen of the media, I want to underscore Bangladesh's extraordinary generosity in responding to the Rohingya crisis. It is a testament to your enduring humanitarian spirit. For years, the people of this nation, especially the communities in Cox's Bazar, have hosted over 1 million refugees fleeing violence and persecution. By offering Rohingya refugees sanctuary, Bangladesh has demonstrated solidarity and human dignity, often at significant social, environmental, and economic cost. The world must not take this generosity for granted. I will continue to urge the international community to take greater responsibility and provide the necessary financial and political support for both the refugees and their host communities. But, as I mentioned yesterday in Cox's Bazar, we are on the verge of a deep humanitarian crisis. With the announced cuts in financial assistance, we are facing the dramatic risk of having only 40% in 2025 of the resources available for humanitarian aid in 2024. This would have a terrible consequence, starting with a drastic reduction of food rations. That would be an unmitigated disaster. People would suffer and people would die. I strongly appeal to the international community to allow us to avoid this tragedy. More funding is absolutely essential to guarantee the minimum support to the Rohingya population in Bangladesh. And the United Nations is fully committed to working with Bangladesh and others in finding a lasting solution to the Rohingya crisis that enables their safe, voluntary, dignified, and sustainable return to Myanmar, as all the Rohingyas I met yesterday expressed clearly. I know the planning is also underway by UN member states for a high-level conference on the situation of Rohingya Muslims and other minorities in Myanmar. We know the situation there continues to deteriorate. The escalation of violence and human rights violations across Myanmar, including in Rakhine State, are causing civilian casualties and driving displacement internally and across borders. I call on all parties in Myanmar to exercise maximum restraint, prioritize the protection of civilians in accordance with international humanitarian law, and prevent further incitement of communal tension and violence, paving the way for democracy to take root and creation of the conditions for the dignified return of the Rohingya community. Ladies and gentlemen of the media, as we come together in these sacred months of Ramadan, it is more important than ever to focus on solidarity and shared humanity. In this spirit, we will continue standing with the people of Bangladesh as you navigate the challenges and opportunities ahead. Once again, I'm deeply honored to share this moment with you. May this Ramadan bring peace, blessings, and renewed hope to all, and I thank you.
Thank you, Excellency. Dear friends from the press and media, Honorable
যৌথ সংবাদ সম্মেলনে কথা বলছিলেন জাতিসংঘ মহাসচিব অ্যান্তোনিও গুতেরেস। সরাসরি ছিলাম সেখানে।